So, Don, what was the most challenge that you have to be an astronaut?
That's a very good question. The hardest part of being an astronaut is learning all that material and getting it in your head so you don't forget it. You know, if I take a math test and I miss one question, maybe I get 95 out of 100 and I did pretty well. But in space, if I forget something, it could cause a problem, it could cause an accident, it could ruin the mission, it could ruin my life, right? So it's very important for the astronauts to study really hard every day. So we're constantly studying. To be an astronaut, I trained for 4 years for my first flight. We spend a lot of time in the classrooms, just like our students do. We spend time underwater practicing spacewalks, and we spend a lot of time in the simulators practicing the mission, going through procedures, learning where all the switches are and how everything operates there. But I think just the biggest challenge is, you got to work hard and you got to learn all that material. That's why it takes 4 years to fly on your first mission. You also have to be pretty patient because takes time to become an astronaut.
So, Emerson is asking, during your mission, which scientific experiment carried out in this space surprised you the most in its results? Something you didn't expect to be so different from Earth.
Something that is very, very different from Earth is looking at how fires burn. When we have a candle here on Earth, the flame comes up to a point because on Earth, with gravity, hot air rises and it draws that flame up to a point. In space, without gravity, hot air doesn't rise. So instead of a flame coming up to a point, in space it burns perfectly round. So if you had a candle in space and you lit the wick, you'd have a round fireball on the end of the wick, just because you don't have gravity up there. So to watch something as simple as a candle flame and to see how different it is in space, that was so fascinating for me.